Hi guys. Um, Straight off the bat, you may find this video in a couple of video responses. Any video response that you see my video on, it's because I respect that of the person. Well, any video that you find as a video response is because I respect that person. I subscribe to them. I've watched them for a long time, and my opinion may not necessarily agree with theirs, as always with any of my videos. However, I don't give a fuck what anyone says, from top to bottom. I can't believe I'm saying this. I thoroughly enjoyed this show. And if WWE put this much concentration into maybe 4 or 5 shows this year, I'm setting the bar real low. Real low. But if they put this much concentration, maybe added a couple more wrestling matches, because there weren't a lot of wrestling on tonight's show. I might as well say that now. For a 3 hour show, that was my only criticism. But they put this much surprise packages and stuff in one show, they may have me as a viewer for next year. Remember, I've always said in my videos, I can see this being the last year I watch wrestling. They do 5 more shows like this year. It's not a hard target. This year, they may have me. I thoroughly enjoyed this show. So, with all that said, let's get right to it. Okay. So, first first thing that happened off the show was Alberto Del Rio, the new world champ, comes out, starts talking shit to the crowd, basically consolidating his heel turn, saying that, despite everything I did, you lot gave me nothing, you never believed in me, you always cheered, you cheered when somebody else. You made a good point, to be fair to him. Like, you said that how, when I was nursing an injury, and Dolph Ziggler attacked me and took my title, nobody had nothing to say. In fact, they were cheering for him. So when I did the same to Dolph Ziggler at Payback, oh, everyone wants to paint me as a villain, which is true. You made a good point. It was fair play. It was a good opening segment. Then Paul Heyman and CM Punk came out. I was like, oh, okay. So then CM Punk kind of cut a nice little promo, just basically saying that, I want to fight you. Doesn't have to be for the title. I just want to fight you tonight. So Vicky Guerrero came out, set up a match between the two. Just prior to that, you could sense there was a little bit of tension between Heyman and CM Punk. When that started, I predicted the end of the show. But don't get it twisted. Just because I predicted the end of the show doesn't make the end of the show bad by any means. Keep that in mind if you haven't seen the show. So then there was a backstage segment between Paul Heyman and CM Punk. Basically, CM Punk saying, you almost cost me the match against Jericho at Payback. I don't need you to come out to my matches. I'm not. I'm. He mentioned this name at this stage. The person who shows up at the end. He mentioned it at this stage. I'm not Curtis Axel. I'm not this other guy. So, and that was the first time he's addressed this other guy. So I thought, okay, so that consolidated my thought that he would show up, because they've never mentioned each other before that. That was the first time they mentioned each other. So I thought, okay, I see what's gonna happen. So then, so then basically they broke up. It was a night of breakups today, actually. You'll see what I mean by that when I come back to it. And then Barrett had a match, or what he thought was going to be a rematch against Curtis Axel. But then Vicky came out, changed that, and said, actually, I'm going to bring back Christian. So Christian came back to a nice pop. We thought Christian was better as a heel. So I'm hoping that little transaction will happen at some point. Just because I can't see those pops lasting. Worked a nice match. Barrett's getting there. I don't know who the fuck Barrett pissed off at the back. But he's losing a lot of fucking matches at the moment. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so Christian picked up the win there. No, in my opinion, the worst part of the night, um, which is surprising considering who won. But I just hate this guy that much. And that was Cody Rhodes and Sandow. Uh, Cody Rhodes and Sandow versus Sheamus. Um, in a handicap match, essentially Cody Rhodes and Sandow won, but as always with anything Sheamus does, whether he wins or loses, it ended in a throw kick to um, Cody Rhodes. Again, I don't know who the fuck Cody Rhodes is. Has been. I don't know if he farted in someone's face or something. I don't know, but he's eating a lot of fucking things lately as well. I don't know what that's about. Evidently, they're going to break them two up and they're going to make Sandow more of a star. Because that's the way it's looking at the moment. Another big video package about RVD's return. I've seen a couple of YouTube vids and people giving their opinion. I'll do that at some point, probably in the next couple of days. Never been a massive RVD fan, but I'm going to talk about the benefits, the pros, the pros and the cons of bringing him back. So stay tuned to that. There was a backstage segment with Ricky and Triple H. It was kind of there's a little theme that kind of played out throughout the night between the McMahons and Vicky. Um, basically, Triple H said that if Shield gets out of line today, you need to basically rein Shield in. You need to control them as the general manager. So that was that. Um, then there was there was a lot of segments. That's what I'm saying. There wasn't a lot of matches. There was a lot of segments. So then there was a Daniel Bryan Kane segment. Basically, another breakup between those two. He basically said, this is it. Daniel Bryan kind of mentioned that he wanted to go for the world title. Um, it looks like they're going to go for the slow burn of Daniel Bryan, which I'm kind of happy about. Um, I suspect it's ironic that they're doing the storyline with Daniel Bryan that they should have done with John Cena. You noticed that? They're kind of tearing Daniel Bryan down, and I'm guessing to build him back up. Um, but yeah, so they've broken up, going their separate ways. If Daniel Bryan doesn't win another one of those briefcases, I don't know. They're going to miss the boat with him, but I'm hoping that won't be the case. Uh, then Daniel Bryan and Orton had a match. It was just starting to pick up pace. And then, Daniel Bryan looked like he suffered a nasty fucking injury. I'll tell you, those little flying headbutts he does, he always looks like he fucks himself up. And this time he actually fucked himself up. I don't think this was like a part of the storyline they called the match off. Maybe they had another finish intended for it. But it looked kind of nasty. And you could tell Daniel Bryan was still ready to go. And then they called it off for some stupid reason. And you could tell he was pissed. And to the point where even Orton had to slightly break character and talk to him and just say to him, right, just calm down, don't worry, it's fine, it's nothing, don't worry about it. No, I don't believe that was part of the storyline. I think that was an actual Daniel Bryan was ready to go, and for some reason they called it off. For his safety, I can understand, but I don't think that was. It didn't look. I mean, if it was a scripted thing, then fair play. They I guess that acting was getting better, but it looked like a genuine injury that happened there. Um, so yeah, Orton won by default. But then, interesting storyline considering I hate this bitch. But AJ Lee came out, just basically rambling on about being women's champion. And Stephanie came out. I was like, okay. So it gauged my interest. So I was busy fast forwarding it when AJ came on, and then Stephanie came out. I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. So there was a nice little interaction between those two. They were kind of like doing what women do, being bitchy, backhanded compliments, that type of fucking thing. And then it just got to just straight up insulting each other and stuff. And then Stephanie did this nice thing where she kind of lowered the mic but so that everyone could hear him. Basically told AJ, you gotta check yourself and take this away from you, the leader's title and your job. Mind yourself. Which is so, you can't talk to your boss like that. In the real world, your ass would be fired. So, that was, I'm glad she reminded her of that. I love Caitlyn, but she got boom. Basically, uh, halfway through, so Stephanie was talking, and then Caitlyn's music hit, and she came out with the rest of the divas. So then Stephanie basically walked up to where she was, and it's just like lowered her mic again, and was just like, "Listen, I'm gonna give you a bite, but don't ever interrupt me." I felt embarrassed for her, I ain't gonna lie. But I liked the way they did it. Stephanie left, and Caitlyn and AJ did their little brawl. No one cares about that part, but I like the Stephanie part. That Stephanie part was interesting. Um, sorry, I may go over my 15 minutes. I'm gonna lie, I enjoyed the show, so I may go over it. So then Kane and Ambrose had a rematch, or so we thought. Cut very short. Shield came out. Triple power bomb came. Uh, that was that. And then in probably the segment of the year. Oh no, not yet. Sorry. Basically, backstage you had Mark Henry kind of talking to like primetime players and Rikishi's niece. Uh, sorry, Suckerfly's niece. Forgotten her name. Forgotten her name. Basically talking to them, he was all dressed up in a suit, pink suit, looking proper pimping out here. Not that I like pink, but you know, basically doing his kind of like spiel, talking to them. They were crying and shit. They're like, all right, cool. What is he actually retiring? So then I saw. So then it was Vicky, Brad, Vince, and the Shield. Essentially, Vicky and Brad came out, confronted the Shield for triple powerbomb and Kane. Just as Vicky was about to try and do something, Vince came in, shook the Shield's hand, said how they reminded him of him. Whatever. Uh, yeah, it was a nice little interaction. I didn't realize, I thought Shield were a rogue group. I didn't realize they were getting pats in the back and shit. But like Vince said, I don't know, maybe it's ruthless aggression that he likes. I don't know. So I don't know. I found it weird, but I did like the way they did it. But yeah, I found it kind of weird. So yeah, so then that happened, and then Zeb Coulter. Sorry, yeah. So then Antonio Cesaro and Regal had a match. Was this one? Zeb Coulter and Antonio Cesaro. When the fuck did that happen? I mean, I know Swagger's getting punished at the moment, but it's like all you can find for him to do. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I would have done? I probably would have held off on that and lined him up with someone like the Wyatt family. That seems like a better fit for him. I don't get this Antonio Cesaro thing. But I guess they want to make Antonio Cesaro a success. I understand that. I actually think he's a good talent. But at the moment, his character's just not getting over. I don't know what to say. Um, but I know. And then in the segment of the year, and I'm not talking about John Cena's fucking promo, which is god awful. Went on his usual rambling bullshit, basically saying he's ready for any challenge. Mark Henry's music here. Alright? And I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna get a lot of people lying saying, oh, they knew. I ain't never lie. I bought into it. I was all saying, doing shit like, thank you, Mark. I was clapping. I was even getting emotional and shit because I love Mark Henry. So I was I bought completely into it. Basically, Mark was crying, talking about how he's been there for years and how John Cena is going to be the best champion ever. And don't get me wrong, the way I'm describing it just sounds shit, but if you watch the segment, you understand why I bought into it. It looked genuine. He put like his boot at the top of the stage. It looked like an Edge type of um, retirement. Everything was perfect, like, and then basically John Cena came up, held his arm with the title, and basically came up. They looked like we're about to hug. Henry picks his motherfucker up. bang, World Strongest Slap. I've never marked out so much at somebody getting any sort of move in a WWE ring for a long fucking time. I've never marked out so much. I was like, yes! For two reasons. A, it was against that motherfucker. And B, that Mark Henry wasn't retiring. And everything was done. C, was done beautifully. I don't know who wrote that, but it was beautiful. Beautiful. It was executed brilliantly. I cannot have more props to that shit. It was everybody marked out in the crowd. Everyone was like, yes, Henry. He's getting Henry fucking shots. That's how you know fucking Cena is hating, I tell you. It made, that alone made the episode for me. But there was still more shit to come. So after all that came, one reason Y2J is lowering himself to fucking Heath Slater. And what the fuck? Him and Heath Slater had a match. Do you even need... Man, I know Jericho needs some wins, but what the fuck is he wrestling Heath Slater for? Anyway, Jericho wins. Enough said. Another reason the show was good. No bareback in sight. Thank God. Next, Curtis Axel versus Sin Cara. So they had a match. I don't even remember. Wow, I'm guessing it was Curtis Axel. In fact, it was Curtis Axel because he was posing and Miz was out on ringside. I don't really care about that feud. That's why I don't remember it. But yeah, Curtis Axel won. So yeah, the rocket ship push is still happening. Stay tuned to that one. And basically the McMahon family feud kicked off. Basically, Stephanie came out, wanted to speak to Vicky. Vince was there already, telling Vicky that she's doing a good job, and then Vicky basically set up a match between Cena and Mark Henry at Money in the Bank for the WWE title. Then Triple H came in, wanted to know why Vicky hadn't done shit. And basically, the story they're trying to tell is that Vicky's being stretched in three places, and she doesn't know who to follow and who to kind of agree with. It's clearly part of some sort of long story that will probably materialize at SummerSlam, but you know, whatever. Then everything about this show confirmed what was going to happen at the end, including this part. Heyman all of a sudden ran after CM Punk and just basically said to CM Punk, no hard feelings, go and do your thing. Me and you will always be friends. Like you said, you're always going to be a CM Punk guy, a Paul Heyman guy. They embraced, then CM Punk continues to go to the ring. Break. Punk and Del Rio have a match. I don't think these two gel well. I've never liked any matches they've had. Ends in a count out. And then because basically Del Rio leaves the ring after getting a bitch by CM Punk for a little while. Then as he comes up the ring, I marked out for a little bit for this part, as well as the end, but at this part, Ziggler came out, whooped his ass. I have to say, whooped his ass. It looks like they're going down the babyface route with Ziggler, which is where they should have been the entire fucking time. So I'm glad they're going down that route. So yeah, so it looks like Ziggler's a babyface at the moment. Chased Del Rio basically out of the stadium. CM Punk was left in the ring by himself. As soon as he was left in the ring by himself, I thought it was a matter of time. I started doing a countdown. Restless music here. Marked out a fucking. I'm not gonna lie. I've wanted this feud for the last 6 months. My only complaint is that it's coming a little bit too soon, and this is exactly why I would have left CM Punk at home until SummerSlam. Then this moment happens. That's my only complaint. I have no problem with the feud because that's a feud that a lot of people have wanted to see. I just think that they're kind of busting the nut a bit too soon with it. But I'm happy. It's a match that everybody wants to see. Basically, Lesnar circles the ring as he does, enters the ring as he does, comes in, grabs the mic, looks as though he's about to speak, then F5s CM Punk in the middle of the ring. Literally, pretty much what you did to John Cena. So, yeah, that's that. Fantastic episode of Raw. Not gonna lie, give it a B plus, which for Raw is an exceptional mark because they don't get anything. They don't get A's, that's for sure. This is a very, 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 very good Raw. I was very impressed, pleasantly surprised. Anyway, I hope you like this video. Comment, subscribe, comment down below, like this video. Take care. I should be back later this week with some more vids. Sorry this video's gone so long. I've just did it to hit the 21 mark. Apologise, but I do like this show. Please do watch this video. Take care. Peace.